Hey guys, I'm Liz. I'm the AGMC Junior Club teacher. Today I'm going to show you some common New Mexico rocks and minerals, and I'm going to explain how you can tell the difference between them. We're going to look at quartz, calcite, chalcedony, agate, jasper, petrified wood, and chert. I know it seems like a lot, but we'll go right through it, and by the end you'll be able to tell the difference between them. It's really not hard, I promise. Okay. So first off, we have quartz. Quartz has a hardness of 7 on the Mohs scale. It is a silicon mineral, silicon dioxide to be exact. Impurities within the crystal are responsible for colors. This is clear quartz. This is amethyst. What gives amethyst its purple color is actually irradiated iron. Some other common quartzes are the clear quartz, as we mentioned, the amethyst, smoky quartz, and rose quartz. Those are all found all over the place, really. Next up is calcite. Calcite can look very similar to quartz. It is often found as a clear to slightly yellowish crystal. So if you're out in the field, how do you know if you've got a calcite crystal or a quartz crystal? Well, calcite is not a silicon mineral. It is a calcite mineral, as the name suggests. It only has a hardness of 3. That's going to be your easiest way to tell. If you have a piece of quartz that you know is a piece of quartz in your pocket, you can scratch it against your mystery mineral, and your quartz will scratch calcite, but quartz will not scratch quartz. If you don't have a piece of quartz, but you had the forethought to bring some vinegar with you, calcite will react to acids. Vinegar is a safe acid to use. The reaction is a little bit of fizzing. So if you're not super concerned about the mineral and you're just trying to identify it, drop a few drops of vinegar on it. If it fizzes, you've probably got calcite. If not, it's probably quartz, assuming those are the two that we're choosing between. So calcite does come in a variety of colors. This is just one yellowish orange, comes in green and red and blue. Here in New Mexico, we often find it in septarian nodules. This is actually a chunk of a septarian nodule, and this is the calcite. These are little polished pieces of septarian nodules, and this is the calcite here, this orangey, yellowish, clearish crystal. So you can also, if you happen to have dark enough conditions and you have a UV light, a lot of calcite will react under a UV light, and that can be a way that you could tell calcite from quartz as well. Chalcedony. So we've talked about quartz, we've talked about calcite, now we're going to talk about chalcedony. Chalcedony is a cryptocrystalline form of quartz. It's so small, the crystal structure is so, the actual crystals, are so small that it is hard to see even with a microscope. So cryptocrystalline quartz and mogonite is what makes up chalcedony. They're both silica minerals, but they have a slightly different crystal structure. We're not going to get into that any further than that. So chalcedony, this is a rough piece. This is a polished piece. Might be hard to tell the difference. This is, again, another rough piece. Chalcedony comes in all of the colors of the rainbow. as well as gray and black and white. Chalcedony is generally used as a generic name for microcrystalline quartz. Any colors in chalcedony come from the impurities. You can see a little bit of the reddish rust color in there. That is from iron oxide. That would be the impurity. Okay, moving on to agate. Agate is a translucent form or variety of chalcedony. It is often banded. Examples would be carnelian and sard. The reddish color comes from iron oxide impurities. The big thing about agate is it has to be translucent. Just because it's banded doesn't mean it's agate. Although trade names often are very misleading. Sometimes they're accurate, sometimes they're not. I don't have a piece to show, but an example is green tree agate. It is opaque, therefore it is not actually an agate. Here are some more. Yeah, you can see through that pretty well. You can tell that it is translucent. So there are a lot of iron oxide impurities showing up in the agates. Different agates from different localities will have different impurities and therefore different colors. This is one that I collected right here in New Mexico. It doesn't look like much, and I don't think I can really get it on camera, but if you, oh, no, maybe I can. If you can really get it in the light, you can tell that it is translucent. Not overly exciting, but still an agate. Set these aside. Okay, so if agates are translucent, what do we call the opaque variety of chalcedony? Well, that's Jasper. And there are so many kinds of Jasper, I couldn't even begin to name them all. But here are a couple. This is actually a piece that I picked up in the same location as that agate. It has multiple different colors in it. It has, I'm sorry, the lighting is not great here. It has red and black and some peach and maybe some cream color to it. And that is a rough piece that I picked up out of the field. I haven't done anything with it. I haven't even washed it. I do have some tumbled pieces in general. That's yellow Jasper, red Jasper. Are we getting the color? I feel like that's a little better. This is ocean Jasper. Oh, excuse me. That is not ocean Jasper. That is polychrome Jasper. That is, I believe I got that piece from a dealer out of Madagascar. But right here in New Mexico, we do have lots of different colored Jaspers. So you can tell you can't see through any of these. They're absolutely opaque. The reason that they are opaque versus the agates being translucent is simply that they have a higher number of impurities. The more iron oxide you add, the less you can see through it. Super simple. Can you see through it? Yes. Agate. Can you not? Jasper. Now, agate and Jasper both form in the same environment. So it is very possible for them both to be present in the same rock. And I have just a couple of pieces that you can see that that side looks really agate, whereas all the red is jasper. Same here, the green would be jasper, whereas the clear is quite translucent. That is agate. Getting smaller and harder to hold. Same thing. Dark color jasper, the light color is translucent, that is agate. But again, both in the same piece of rock. And sometimes you get mostly jasper, but you can see that little bit of agate in there. So it is possible to have them both at the same time in the same rock. Petrified wood. We've got a ton of it here. Now, petrified wood often, not always, but often has its organic matter replaced by chalcedony. Most, again, not all, most petrified wood is opaque. Therefore, it would be considered a jasper. With most petrified wood, you can still see the rings. Let's see if we can get that to zoom right. Maybe not. Maybe not. My camera skills still need work, apparently. So anyway, the petrified wood, you can still see the growth rings or the original bark around the outside, the original shape of the wood. So it is possible also to have spots of or pockets of agate within the petrified wood. It's not uncommon at all. Now, a lot of the New Mexico petrified wood, you'll notice, is this kind of uninteresting brown, tan color. Doesn't have a whole lot going on. I mean, it's kind of cool, but it's not real flashy. There's a good piece. Gosh, the sun is just making this so difficult. Okay, so chert is simply opaque, brown to tan jasper. It's often found in petrified wood. It is not very exciting, in my opinion. Don't want to offend anybody who's really into chert, but as far as all of the colors of jasper, that is not a very flashy one. And so chert is a color of jasper, is a form of jasper. Jasper and agate are a form of chalcedony. Chalcedony is a form of quartz. And petrified wood is often made of agate and jasper, which are chalcedony. Now, all of these, quartz, chalcedony, agate, jasper, petrified wood, and chert, all have a hardness of 7. They are all silicon minerals, which also means they are all great for tumbling. If you are looking to start out your rock tumbling hobby, this would be a great place to start. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments, or you can always find me on the AGMC website. My email is on there. That's it. Until next time.